Good morning. I'm Deb Blower, an independent consultant and leader with Epicure. And today my husband and I are going to be doing one of our absolute favorite winter activities, and that's ice fishing. So by the time we get in off the ice tonight, it's going to be dark and cold, and we're going to want to have our supper already hot and ready for us. So today I'm going to be making our new chili using our chili seasoning, which is the same as our cha-cha chili in the meal solution package, only it's ground up much finer. So you now have the option of how much you want to put in your chili. If you want it to be spicier, use a little bit more. If you want it to be less spicy, then use a little bit less. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take 1 pound of hamburger, which happens to be frozen. So I'm going to put it into our multi-purpose steamer, or also known as the Purple People feeder, with our lid on. We'll put it in the microwave for 4 minutes. Always make sure that you put the holes away from the handles, or else you can burn yourself from the steam. So we're going to put it in for 4 minutes. That will defrost it, and then we'll take it out and mash it up with our meat separator, and then put it back in again. I'll be right back. In the meantime, we're going to put our chili together. So I'm going to put the chili in use our slow cooker. We like our chili just a little bit spicier, so I'm going to use our chili seasoning, our minced garlic, our French onion, and our chili flakes. Just get this so you can see what I'm doing. So I've already got our green onions. One thing I love about chili is you can put anything under the sun in it. If you want to have stuff in the fridge that you need to get rid of, that's the time to use it, because everything goes in chili. I didn't have any of my sweet onions that I usually have, so I'm using my green onions, which we'll also use to top the chili with some sour cream. When you're scraping anything, meat or vegetables, off a cutting board, any cutting board, always use the top part of your knife, never the blade part, because you can really damage the knives. So we've got our green onions, we've got our mushrooms and peppers, I just used roughly a half a package of mushrooms, and I quartered them, and 1 red pepper. The green onions I had, I believe, I would say about 4. And again, you could put in any type of beans that your family likes the most. I'm being tongue-tied today. So I've already drained and rinsed our pinto beans. I love these strainers. And our red kidney beans. To add in 1 can of tomatoes, diced tomato. Now I keep a grinder head on my minced garlic because quite often I like it to be ground up if I'm putting it on meat. But for something like this, I'm going to use it full strength, so we're going to have the little cubes in there, and I never ever measure it. We just like garlic. So just shake on as much or as little as you would like. Same with the onion, the French onion. I'm just going to shake on. I like the spices in the French onion. Our chili seasoning, now the directions say, the directions don't say. I guess you can use as much as you want. I'm going to start with 1 tablespoon, and that should give it a nice chili flavor. These 4-in-1 spice spoons are fantastic. There's the 4 measurements on them. A tablespoon, a teaspoon, flip it over and you've got a 1/2 teaspoon and a 1/4 teaspoon. And they are made to fit perfectly in every single jar. Sounds like our chili or our meat is ready. I'll be right back and I'll show you what we're going to do with it next. Just going to put one of these trivets on the counter because this is going to be very hot. Now, as you can see, get my phone cord out of the way. It's now thawed, but it's not cooked. So we're just going to take our meat separator and chop it up into smaller bite-sized pieces. This meat separator is not just for meat. It does a fantastic job of chopping up eggs for egg salad or an egg salad sandwich. Potatoes, all kinds of different things, squash. Okay, so now we've got it in the smaller pieces. Now we're going to put it back in the microwave for another 4 minutes and it'll be completely cooked. Back to our pot of chili. So we put in all of our spices, so now I'm just going to give it a really good stir. What I'm using here is our sauté spoon, which is really nice for mixing this kind of thing or sautéing your onions, stir fry, because it's got just a little bit of a scoop in it, not quite like a ladle, but enough that you can actually pick things up and it doesn't fall off like a spatula. They also have the steel rod in the handle, which gives them a lot of reinforcement, and the silicone is food grade silicone, heat resistant up to 500 degrees. Okay. We're a lot faster than our meat is. And that is going to be our chili. One thing I forgot to tell you I like to add in is 1 cup of frozen corn. It just adds that little bit of extra moisture and some flavor. And our meat is now ready. So I'll just tip that over there. Bring our meat back. There. Look at that. I'm just going to give it another little bit of a chop with the meat separator just to make sure it's all chopped into smaller pieces. I'm also going to show you a little tip for getting rid of all the grease or water, liquid, whatever you happen to have in your multi-purpose steamer. Take one of our cans that we were using. And the beauty of this steamer is that it's very flexible, which can be a blessing or it could be a curse depending on what you have in it. But if you fold it corner to corner, I'm just going to get my mitts because that's just still a little bit warm. Bear with me half a minute. Okay, so bend it corner to corner, like so. Squeeze the tip like this and pour. You get rid of all the grease and leave the meat behind. There's a lot of grease in this one. With the rising cost of meat these days, I've been buying regular hamburger instead of lean hamburger. The cost of it's gone up so much. That's why I like to be able to find different ways that I can utilize our seasonings that will go more than 1 or 2 meals without compromising on the flavor. Okay, so I'll just move this back over here and we'll pour our meat into our chili. I don't know if you can hear my dog in the background. He's decided he wants to go outside. So again, we're just going to give it another big stir. And I'm going to cook it in the slow cooker for about 6 hours on low. And it should be nice and hot and ready for us when we come in off the ice tonight. So there's our chili, and I'll be back later tonight to show you the finished result. And we're back from ice fishing. As you can see, I'm still in my winter gear. So our chili is ready. That's what it's going to look like. That's what it does look like. So for what we're going to do for supper is have some chili in the bowl. We're going to top it with just a little bit of sour cream, a little bit more than that, a few green onions, and some cheddar cheese. And there we have our supper. Thank you for joining us today.